The ancient stones of Rome seemed to hum. A new melody was weaving its way through the labyrinthine corridors of the Vatican. It began as a mere whisper, a breath of rumor, carried on the early summer breeze of May 2025. The name Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle was spoken in hushed tones. His gentle demeanor, his connection with the everyday struggles of ordinary people had long been observed. Now something more significant was anticipated. A change, a new chapter perhaps. These whispers were not confined to the sacred halls. They spilled out into the bustling piazzas. They echoed in the quiet corners of Roman trattorias. Seasoned Vatican watchers exchanged knowing glances. They spoke of Tagle's humility. They recalled his tireless work, the Asian Francis, some called him, a man seemingly destined for greater responsibilities within the intricate machinery of the Church. The air itself felt charged with a quiet expectation. The anticipation was palpable. The stage, it seemed, was being quietly set for a significant announcement. Pope Leo XIV, a figure of quiet strength and profound thought, surveyed the vast landscape of the global Church. His gaze, though new to the papal office, was old in wisdom. He sought not just administrators, but shepherds, men of deep faith and unwavering compassion. In Cardinal Tagle he perceived a rare confluence of these qualities. The Pope envisioned a church ever more attuned to the cries of the poor, ever more engaged with the peripheries. Tagle, it appeared, was a natural fit for such a vision. The position Pope Leo XIV considered was no mere administrative shuffle. It was a role of profound significance. Perhaps the leadership of a dicastery central to the Church's mission, or a position demanding immense trust close to the pontiff's own ear. The offer, when it came, would be more than a job title. It would be an affirmation, a call to shape the Church's journey in the challenging years ahead. The symbolic weight of such an appointment would be immense. To elevate a cardinal from Asia to such a prominent Vatican post would send a powerful message. The summoning of Cardinal Tagle to a private audience was not unexpected by those who read the subtle signs. Luis Antonio Tagle's story did not begin in the gilded halls of power. It was rooted in the vibrant, often challenging reality of the Philippines. Born to a family of means, his heart was nonetheless drawn to the simpler paths. His early ministry unfolded in the bustling parishes of Manila. He walked among the people. He listened to their joys, their sorrows. He learned the language of empathy, not from books but from lived experience. His dedication was quiet, yet profound. He served as a priest, then as Bishop of Imus, before becoming Archbishop of Manila. In each role his focus remained steadfast: to be a pastor, to bring solace, to champion the cause of the marginalized. He spoke with a gentle voice, yet his words carried the weight of conviction. He understood that the Church's true wealth lay not in its ancient treasures, but in the faith of its people, especially those on the fringes of society. He never sought the limelight. His compassion was not an act, it was the very essence of his ministry. This journey from the local parishes of his homeland to the wider stage was marked by an unwavering commitment. The call to Rome came, as it often does, with a mixture of honor and trepidation. Cardinal Tagle, already a respected voice within the Asian Church, was summoned to serve the wider body of Christ. In 2019, he was appointed head of the Dicastery for Evangelization, a role of immense importance in a world increasingly yearning for spiritual meaning. He brought to this position his characteristic humility and his deep understanding of diverse cultures. The Vatican, with its ancient traditions and complex workings, became his new parish. He navigated the corridors of Roman power with a quiet grace. He was not a man for political maneuvering or grand pronouncements. Instead, he focused on the substance of his work, fostering the Church's missionary zeal, encouraging dialogue and reminding all of the central message of the gospel. His presence was a gentle counterpoint to the often frenetic pace of Vatican life. He remained, at heart, a pastor, even amidst the administrative demands of his new role. Despite any criticisms, his reputation as the Asian Francis persisted. His journey to Rome was not a pursuit of power, but an acceptance of service. The day arrived. Cardinal Tagle was ushered into the private study of Pope Leo XIV. The room, though grand, felt intimate. Sunlight streamed through tall windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The atmosphere was one of solemnity, of history being made. Pope Leo XIV, a figure of paternal authority, greeted him warmly, yet beneath the warmth there was an undeniable gravity. This was no ordinary meeting. This was a moment pregnant with possibility, a fulcrum upon which futures might turn. The Pope spoke with clarity and conviction. He outlined his vision for the Church. He spoke of the challenges ahead, of the need for strong, compassionate leadership. Then he extended the offer, a position of immense responsibility, a role that would place Cardinal Tagle at the very heart of the Church's central governance. It was a clear vote of confidence, a recognition of his pastoral gifts, his global perspective, and his deep, abiding faith. The words hung in the air, heavy with their implications. For Cardinal Tagle, this must have been a moment of profound reflection. The Pope awaited his response. The silence in the room was broken only by the distant sounds of Vatican life. Then the unthinkable happened. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, with the utmost respect and profound humility, declined the Holy Father's offer. His refusal was not born of arrogance, nor of a lack of desire to serve. It was, by all accounts, a deeply personal and prayerfully considered decision. He spoke of his heart remaining with the people, with the direct pastoral work that had defined his ministry. He expressed his belief that others might be better suited for the administrative burdens of such a high office. The Pope, it is said, listened with understanding, though undoubtedly with a measure of surprise. It is rare, almost unheard of, for such a significant Vatican appointment to be refused. The machinery of the Church, while divinely guided, also relies on human acceptance of roles and responsibilities. Tagle's no, however gentle, sent a tremor through the established order. It was a quiet act of revolution, a testament to a different kind of ambition, the ambition to remain true to one's deepest calling. The news, when it eventually seeped out from behind the Vatican's guarded walls, was met with stunned disbelief. His refusal was not a rejection of the Pope nor of the Church, but an affirmation of his own unique path of service. This gentle no was a powerful statement. It spoke volumes about his priorities. The initial whispers of Cardinal Tagle's refusal quickly escalated into a global roar. News outlets, from venerable broadsheets to nimble digital platforms, scrambled to confirm the reports. It seemed incredible. A high Vatican position offered by the Pope himself turned down. The story dominated headlines. Commentators and theologians, Vatican experts and lay faithful alike, weighed in with a mixture of astonishment, admiration, and, in some quarters, confusion. The world was captivated by this unexpected act of humility. Speculation was rife. Why would he refuse? Was it his health? Was there some hidden disagreement, or was it, as his supporters suggested, a profound act of integrity? The narrative of the Asian Francis, the humble servant, gained new traction. His past statements about never aspiring to high office, his known preference for pastoral work, were re-examined. Many saw his decision as perfectly consistent with the man they had come to know, a shepherd who preferred the scent of the sheep to the rarefied air of palaces. Social media platforms buzzed with discussion. Hashtags related to Cardinal Tagle trended globally. For many, especially the young and those disillusioned with institutional power, his refusal was an inspiring act. Within the hallowed and often politically charged confines of the Vatican, the reaction to Cardinal Tagle's decision was complex. There were those, undoubtedly, who were taken aback, perhaps even frustrated. The carefully laid plans of Pope Leo XIV had met an unexpected obstacle. Such a refusal could be interpreted in various ways, some less charitable than others. The intricate dance of Vatican appointments had been momentarily disrupted, leading to a flurry of readjustments and quiet discussions behind closed doors. Yet even amidst the surprise, a current of respect flowed. Cardinal Tagle's reputation for sincerity was well established. Few doubted the genuineness of his motives. Those who admired his pastoral zeal saw his decision as a courageous affirmation of his core identity. They understood his desire to remain close to the grassroots, to the tangible work of evangelization and care for the poor. His known humility, sometimes perceived as a lack of administrative ambition, was now cast in a new, more principled light. Others, perhaps more focused on the institutional needs of the Church, might have felt a sense of missed opportunity. The debate was nuanced, reflecting the diverse perspectives within the universal Church. Despite the divided opinions on the wisdom of his choice, there was a near universal acknowledgement of his right to make it, and the integrity with which he did so. In the aftermath of the storm, Cardinal Tagle did not retreat into obscurity. Instead, he quietly reaffirmed his commitment to the path he had always walked. His decision was not an ending, but a continuation, a deepening of his resolve to serve where he felt his heart truly belonged, among the people. He continued his work in evangelization, perhaps with even greater focus, unburdened by the prospect of a more prominent yet potentially more isolating administrative role. His mission remained unchanged. He was seen as before, engaging with communities, listening to the marginalized, and speaking with a voice that resonated with authenticity. His refusal of high office did not diminish his stature. If anything, it enhanced it in the eyes of many. It painted him as a man unswayed by worldly ambition, a true servant leader whose primary allegiance was to his flock and his conscience. His actions spoke louder than any sermon, demonstrating a form of leadership rooted in humility and direct service. This humble yet revolutionary stance sent a quiet but powerful message throughout the Church and beyond. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle remains a shepherd among his people, his legacy defined by the lives he touched and the hope he inspired. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.